Mahama's fourth issue. Have you regretted doing a story like that?
No, I have not regretted.
People think that you should regret. People think that you told a lie on the president.
Can you point to a single lie that they say I told?
Okay. Now, I look at you posting some things on Facebook and people attack you and say a whole lot of things. One of these I want to bring to your attention. I know you have seen something like that. They said it was a car that was given to Mahama, and Mahama decided to give it out to the state. But you made it look like Mahama had taken a bribe.
Okay. There is a part of that story that they are not prepared to also listen. It's online, it's on YouTube. When I contacted this man, the very nature of his friendship, how it started, was problematic. He said he had a friend who at Mechanical Lloyd here called Mokoko. Then he asked him to come and bid for government contracts in Ghana. And so he put in the bid and he didn't win the bid. This is what the contractor said. I'm not saying it. Then when he didn't win the bid, the contractor said he knew the vice president at the time. They should go and greet him. So that's how they became friends. If you're a businessman and you bid for a contract and you don't win, why would you go and see the vice president? But they did. They became friends. And there's evidence that he won contracts afterwards. Now, President Mahama had a code of conduct for his ministers and other appointees. And that code of conduct said they shouldn't accept any gift from a businessman. Because if they accepted that gift,
it was like a bribe.
It would impair their judgment if they had to deal with that businessman in their official capacity. So even granted that you are a businessman, maybe Zoomland or RLG is a businessman, and you know that they go and give a car to the Ministry of Water Resources, a vehicle, and tomorrow the two of you go to bid for a contract. If you don't win, and even if they win genuinely, would you not think that they got a contract because they are giving that vehicle or whatever gift to the ministry?
Right. Yes.
So it was the reason the president said if they would accept any gift at all, it should be souvenir that is presented during the visit. So there was a reason the president said that. And he said if you took it, it amounted to conflict of interest. So why would the president now go and take this from a businessman who was doing business with the government, his own government? That is a question that people should ask. If there was nothing wrong with it, the president wouldn't say his ministers should desist from it. And when I interviewed Daniel Battidam in that interview, he said no responsible leader or minister or government official would accept any such gift because it could pass for corruption.
Who is Daniel Battidam?
He was the advisor of the president on corruption.
Oh, wow. That was what he said?
Yes.
Wow. Very interesting.
So at the end of the day, there was also another part of the story that they don't also avail their minds to. When we went to Shraj started the investigation. The president and his team said that the vehicle came in around October thereabout, and when the president returned from a campaign, he said they should put it in the presidential pool.
Wow.
But we had evidence that the vehicle was actually cleared in 2013, not 2012 when it came, and it was cleared by a private clearing agency. So how possible was it that the president has directed that you should put this in the pool? It was being used for official duties. Then the following year, somebody now goes to Tema to clear it through a private clearing agency, and then there was a tax paid on it. So at the end of the day, there are issues, but they often want to make it look like, well, I hate the former president and all of that. But President Mahama is a very gentle man. I don't have anything against him. And when I was even doing my book and I went to interview him, he told me that, look, I have nothing against you. I don't agree with some of the things you write about me and then my government, but I will defend your right to say them. This is the president speaking. And after publishing that book, you realize that there were very damning things about him, but no NDC person that I knew of went on any radio station to attack me.
Has he given you a gift before?
No.
Would you take it?
He bought my book, if that is a gift.
No, it's not a gift. If he gives you a gift, would you take it?
I will not.
Oh, really?
Because of the relationship we have.
The relationship.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Are you in a hurry to leave the studio?
I have somewhere going after.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to make it very brief, and then we would kill it and then leave. Now, you had to run out of this country to South Africa. If I smuggled out of this country for your own life, you know, what happened?
The reason had to do with a story I had done. There were some vigilante group at the castle. Their motto was vigilance and protection.
Militia in the eye of in the heart of the nation, right?
Yes. Then their motto was vigilance and protection. They called their leader commander. They were being trained by military men, ex-military men. And then the information we had was that this group was formed to protect MPP members against attacks. So this was a group operating. We did a story. The government claimed that they were never there, but we had evidence that they were there. They later came back to say they had left, but it wasn't true. So I did that story, and there was a lot of
rancor.
Yes, and threats. And if you're doing this kind of work, you surely come across.
How did you get these threats? Via phone?
Yes.
Text messages?
There were some that were out of meetings. There was a meeting, and then at the end of the day, somebody, how do you call it? Was part of it.
And recorded it and sent it to you.
The information to me.
Wow.
And there was a time I was followed up to even a hotel. So it was very obvious. So I had to leave. And that's the reason.
And you were protected by the nation. The nation took you out to South Africa.
No, I think the Media Foundation for West Africa, they arranged for that. But later on, I was given police escort. And there was another time I had to also leave. So the dangers are real, and coming in the wake of what happened to Ahmed Swale.
You need to protect yourself.
In the past, if a journalist was threatened, we took it like, oh, this is just one of those things. But for some time now, I think when Akufo-Addo took over, the security situation isn't as it was.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so Manasseh is my guest, and we are talking. We're going to wrap it up in 5 minutes. Is it good time for you?
Yes.
Okay.
I had I think because we said 3 to 4.
Yes.
I had another engagement somewhere. That's
wow.
why
I understand that. I understand that. I apologize. I know that you always keep your time. All right. So we're going to hammer this very quickly and then go away. You flew out of the country the second time. Who paid for your trip?
It was a personal one.
Personal. Oh, wow. All right. Interesting. Do you still have the police escort?
Yes, I do, as and when I need them.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now, you were able to put a gay man behind bars. I remember you had to go to Takrady all the way and record it. Where do you normally keep your camera?
There are certain questions I can't answer.
You can't answer.
Yes,
okay. Because okay, well, I'll keep that as well. All right. So the gay man is in jail. Have you visited him?
Yeah, I think he's been released. They went on an appeal, and I think the sentence was reduced, so he's out.
Have you met him since he came out?
I haven't. I don't know how he would react, so I don't. The only one I visited was Abu Gapeli when he was in prison. Unfortunately, that day I couldn't meet him, but I made an attempt to visit him.
I see. And what was the meeting like? Was it good?
Well, we couldn't meet, but I know he wouldn't. He recently granted an interview in the Upper East region and said he didn't have any problems with me. Sometimes when you do the stories, those who follow me will realize that the gay doctor, so to speak, that's how he was named or called.